boom, explosions. That's what we like to see. Just like this Kickstarter right now. Naughty Faeries Steampunk playing cards is the latest phenomenon on Facebook. It's going, shared everywhere. You got stuff coming in with the carpet bombs, big explosions all over Facebook. 23 stretch goals unlocked. And now we are so close to unlocking the bottle opener. And if you guys haven't checked the email that we got or the update on Kickstarter from Wendy, Steph, and Carrie, you got to go look at the bottle opener. It is awesome. And we have got to hit that stretch goal. We've got to do it. And we're so close. And we're close to that pin, too. I think we need 10 more backers. So without further ado, before I drag everybody out here, we're just going to go ahead and say right now, if we can get to it, that Naughty Faeries Steampunk playing cards, 5 exploding blue balls. I mean, boom, just like that. So I had a lot of fun last night with the review show, so I can't wait to do that again. So we're going to bring out Miss Wendy Steenshainer.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, you love that exploding blue balls, don't you?
I do.
It's so great. Christina's reaction last night was just priceless because, Danny posted that up and then Christina added in the blue glow to it and reposted it on his page. So when we were thinking about doing the reviews, I'm like, you know what? We're just going to run with the exploding blue balls joke and we're just going to call it Blue Balls Reviews. And it's going to be a rating scale of 1 to 5 exploding blue balls because how much fun is that? So
perfect.
Oh, it was great. And we've also got Steph and Carrie Ann. Good evening.
Hello.
How are you guys tonight?
Good.
You guys are on the road?
Yeah.
Yes, we're in Massachusetts. We're in Cape Cod.
Oh, you're in Cape Cod. So you guys scoping out the house today, or?
We were looking for a new house, so hopefully, I think we might have found one. We'll see.
Awesome. So we got some folks in here. Let me throw up some comments real quick since I am a little behind on there. We've got Jack in here. We got Mike. And see, Karen says, hi, Steph.
Hi, Karen. Hi, Trish. Hi, Mike. Hi, Jack.
And we got Jack. And we got Mike. And we got Trish. And we got Danny D. If you get 5 exploding blue balls, it equals a chub. So Naughty Faeries Steampunk playing cards. It's an awesome idea. You guys, it just came out of the blue with this whole thing. Blue. Anyway, so how did you guys come up with this idea? I mean...
This has been in the work for over a year. When I was doing Naughty Faeries Stripper Assassins Book 3, Steph started the original art playing cards. So he started with the Royal Flush set. And each campaign, he kept adding to it. And I said, with all these cards that we're doing, we're going to have to do some playing cards at some point. And so that's when we decided, okay, we're going to take this and we're going to build it up to the playing card set, which is here.
Right.
They're so pretty. Look at these.
Give me just a second. My computer just kicked me out. It's not happy from last night's storm that came through, and I will put you full screen there, Wendy. Give me just a second. There we go. We're back online.
So this is the back of the card. Steph did original art for these. So this is brand new, and one lucky backer already grabbed it. And the deck, and then each one of the face cards has one of the pieces. They're not in order. I've been shuffling them, doing my testing, but they turned out great.
Yeah, they look phenomenal. Did you get any of the foil ones in yet to look at, or?
The foil ones are at the printer, and he was having some issues, so they should be here this week. They'll come after the Kickstarter ends, though, I'm afraid, which is a bummer.
Aww.
And the Naughty Faeries bottle opener. Oh my God, you guys. It's so awesome. I am so excited.
Oh, it is beyond awesome.
Can you see that?
Oh, we unlocked it? Yes.
Bottle opener.
How many backers are we away now, Carrie, from the pen? I know we needed 10, I think Wendy said when we jumped on.
That's the bottle opener.
And we're at 192. We only need 8 more backers for the pin.
For the
8
pin.
more backers.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is so cool.
That's
So I definitely want to mention.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I was gonna say I definitely want to mention. So anybody that just jumped on, that backed it, that sent us over the 10,000. If you are watching, make sure that you bring somebody else into the campaign. You get that gold member card.
Gold membership.
We're getting a lot of gold members this time around. I think because we've been doing this. This will be the third time we've offered the gold membership in the campaign. And I think people are like, oh, this is the thing. And this is pretty special and pretty magical because those prints and those metal cards don't get made for anybody else except for the gold members.
Right.
You can't buy them. You can't bribe them from me. That's it. The only way you can do it is by being a gold member.
Yep. And it comes with a discount at your Etsy store, right?
It does. They get free shipping on Etsy, and they get discounts and freebies when we go to cons again.
That's so cool.
Because, I have to do freebies.
Of course.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Jim
so happy.
does covers. Jim does 60 covers. Wendy does 60 stretch goals, free stretch goals.
Everybody has to have their niche.
Yep.
It works.
It works.
And so we still don't have any original art though, right? So the original art is still sold out until we hit, of course, more stretch goals that we need to come up with.
Right.
No, we have more stretch goals. Don't listen to stuff.
No. We're out. They're done.
We have more.
There's always more.
Always more. Always.
I mean,
We had
still have 3
scrambles
days.
the amazing thing is, people have been just absolutely amazing with this project. Like when we were tossing this around and putting together the Kickstarter and stuff, we had a lot of the art, obviously, for the cards and stuff. We needed, art for the back of the cards. We needed some stretch goal stuff, things like that, little things. And we were tossing around how this is going to be like maybe $3,000, like, we counted how many backers we thought. And then we estimated, the basic deck is only $15. So other than the original art goals, the original art tiers, we really thought, we just ran the numbers and came up with like $3,000. And boy, were we way off. And so by the time we hit like 5,000, we didn't have any stretch goals left. Like it's not even that. Like we didn't want to just take an image that was already in the deck and just make something out of it and then throw that as a stretch goal. Like we wanted the stretch goals to be unique in some way. So if it was like the art on the chip or the art on the pin, we wanted it to kind of be different, to be like a really fun stretch goal. So all of a sudden at $5,000, we're scrambling around like we've got to create new art. We've got to create new items. We have no idea what we're doing at this point. So
all I have to say is I really don't know how you're going to top the bottle opener. I stared at it for like a little bit. I'm like, man, this is just freaking amazing. It is
that's
awesome.
Exactly the point. I figured the bottle opener, that's as far as we're going to get if we get to it, and we've got days left yet. So I'm like, oh boy, what do we do now?
Yeah. So for those of you that are watching the show back, the Sunday night, it's Sunday night, the Kickstarter's running until Thursday. So you have until Thursday to jump on the Kickstarter. Definitely have all the stretch goals up into the bottle opener unlocked now. We still have the goal for the pen to reach. I think, Carrie, you said we needed 8 more backers for the pen.
8.
So we definitely have some more stuff to unlock. Sounds like they have some really cool stuff in the works for more stretch goals. And I really got to see what's going to top this bottle opener. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, go back to Project. Look at the last update. Scroll down and look at the beautiful art on that bottle opener. It is amazing.
It is beautiful. I don't know if I'm able to share my screen. I might be able to pull it up so you guys can see it. Because it turned out so awesome, and I think when you guys get to see the full image, it's really beautiful.
Bugs. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did I take it away too soon there, Wendy?
Yeah, we're not there yet. Hang on. Okay. So here's the campaign.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do like Naughty Faeries Steampunk toilet paper holders. I have no idea what we're gonna freaking do at this point.
Hey, you know what? Has coasters been a stretch goal? I haven't even paid
Yeah.
attention. We've blown through so many of the stretch goals. I know they come with the coasters that you can pledge for in the tier.
Right. Right. We have coasters as a pledge level, but we don't have them as a stretch goal.
I mean, that could be another idea too. Add in an extra set of two.
There she is.
It didn't come through on my end, Wendy.
It didn't.
No. Here, I can bring it up. Give me just a second.
All right.
I tried bringing it up a little bit ago when my computer crashed because I didn't reboot it from last night because I'm a dummy.
That's all right. It should come.
Oh, okay.
No, Jack, we're not doing more bottle openers.
There we go.
One
yeah,
bottle
it's here. Hold on.
Did you see the beer mug suggestion, Wendy?
The beer mugs would be awesome. Unfortunately, they are so expensive to ship.
Of course. Yeah, they would be crazy.
So
There
it's
it is.
There she is.
There she
there
is.
she is. She turned out so cute. Carrie killed it on colors. Steph's
Yeah.
line is amazing. And I was in charge of ultimate graphic design in the back.
Yeah, I just kind of drew. I kind of just drew, a Naughty Fairy, and then I was like, wait, it's a bottle opener. It takes tops off of bottles. I'm like, tops off. That's too easy. So then I did tops off, and I gave her a thumbs up.
Oh man.
It is so much fun. She's just a darling. So
And,
cute.
it's a bottle opener, and I kind of thought of the old pinup bottle openers. I'm like, let's, Carrie, even when she went to color it, she's like, is there a regular and a risque? I'm like, nah, it's a naughty bottle opener. It's got to be topless.
Oh, Jack. What are we going to do
When
with
we
you?
added, our next stretch goal is at 10,500 is the $10 Naughty Fairy bill.
Yes.
Super cute.
These straws.
Super awesome.
So after we get these bills, are we going to be able to spend them at the Naughty Fairy Con?
I haven't. Where did they go?
Oh,
I don't know. Give me a second. There we go.
there we are.
Yeah, you know what? I hadn't thought that far in advance. Probably. But I think I want people to hold on to them. I don't necessarily want anybody to spend anything with it.
Right.
Oh,
I guess if they show it to me, I can give them, I'll do a discount at a show or something. I think that's fair.
Yeah, when the zombie apocalypse happens or whatever, we can always use them, to trade. We can head up to California and use our Naughty Fairy bucks.
Right. Perfect currency.
We're definitely going to have more stretch goals as we go forward. As we see we're nearing, because this is the Wendy fun of it, is the stretch goals. So as we see we're nearing a particular number by Thursday, what we'll probably do is have at least, like the bottle opener, something really special and unique towards the end of the Kickstarter to really finish it out, some sort of unique item we'll have. Because
We've
the
been
bottle
talking
opener
about a
is
lot
gonna
of
be so
different
exciting.
things. It's just a matter of nailing one down.
Yeah.
Booby dice.
I know.
She's still trying for the dice.
I did go and check out Booby Dice. That's not the thing.
It's not a thing.
Oh, man.
It should be,
I
but
know.
it's not.
It should be, but no.
I've been looking into it. Yeah, it's not a thing. We'd
So it's
probably
very-
be better off with we could probably get wing dice easier.
Yeah. Well, Stuff Circle template's so big, it'd be kind of hard to fit on dice anyway. We'd have to minimize, enhance.
And then
Yeah,
they're
that's
mini
me.
circles, and it's just not the same. Doesn't have the same effect.
If I'm drawing it, it would have to be really big dice. So
Like the ones on, what is
Price
that?
is Right.
Yeah, the Price is Right. The big
Big
dice.
foam things.
Oh, that'd be great. I could just imagine that, just chucking it, people hitting each other in the head.
Right.
Hey, what'd be cool too, though, is another thing that goes good with playing cards is beer pong. You guys could do like a ping pong ball.
That's true. That's not an entirely bad idea.
Ping pong balls? Oh, for
beer pong.
beer pong.
Yeah, I do. I want them to be extra loaded.
She's thinking it.
I'll make a note. Steph's Googling. Is this a possibility? Don't forget, we want to get these out in time for Christmas. So a lot of our stretch goals, we're trying to make sure that
It's stuff you can get that's attainable before then. No, I get it.
Because we want to make sure that it gets in time, because I think adding on a deck for a Christmas gift is always a fun idea. Plus, there's an art book that's available. We've got the metal cards, the metal prints. There's a lot of stuff that you can get. So the mouse pads, we can do mouse pads, but it wouldn't be able to be a stretch goal because they're just too expensive to have.
They're very expensive.
And then again, it's getting them in time for the holidays.
Yeah, we looked into a couple stretch goals we had to turn down because it was like 4 to 6 weeks for them to get it to us, and it was like, well, that's not going to work. We're not going to hold up everything. The whole idea was we can get this to you before Christmas. Everything we're doing is focused on that's going to happen. This is not something that's not an option not to run later.
Yeah, well, and it is really hard to come up with stuff for stretch goals right now because a lot of the issue is there's a lot of parts of the country that are shutting down again right now. We've had a huge explosion in several states that, like Chicago, St. Louis is one of them. They've implemented, curfews and stay-at-home orders. So, I totally get it, trying to get stuff. I mean, all I'm thinking, though, is the whole stuffed pool piece with, on Castaway Court with the big booby volleyball flying over. I can just imagine playing beer pong. You got this boob.
I like the idea of the ping pong ball. That's cute. If we can pull that off, we're definitely will. It's like you said. Also, the thing is, those places that are shutting down. If you're going with a printer in some place like one of those cities that's shutting down, they may not be producing.
Yep.
So it's like you really got to make sure. Like with Wendy was making sure this stuff is not only available, but that it can be produced. And she's been producing and working with getting some of this stuff produced already and out of the way. So like poker chips and things like that, they're already made. We're already ready to go.
Oh.
Poker chip.
See? They're already done.
That's the stretch goal one, and it's double-sided. Look fast because, Facebook. So there's that one. And then this is the all-in poker chip. This comes in the different sets. And you can buy a set of these. We've got a set of 10 that's available as an add-on.
Those are awesome.
So I've got 400 of the pink chips done, and there's, I want to say, 300 of the green. So those are all ready to go.
How about a Naughty Fairy mini beach balls?
Mini beach balls. Again, that would probably be a production thing. They'll tell you, we can get it to you in 6 weeks, and that's just not going to work.
Hey, you know what? If all else fails, I know Wendy's brewing up something for next year sometime. She's already let the cat out of the bag. There's going to be a Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin Con 2 coming at us. So these are all cool ideas that, Wendy can put in the scrapbook for later on. We may see some ping pong balls. We may see some mini beach balls or stuff like that.
I can't wait because so many new people, like when Carrie was reading through the backers, so many new people on the backer list that aren't familiar to us at all. I've never seen a Wendy online con. So I can't wait to see how they're going to react to a Wendy online con come this January.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
And I've been playing around with a couple different ideas for the Naughty Fairies con in January. I have a couple ideas in the works for some exclusive stuff that won't be available anywhere else, in addition to all the con swag and the goodie stuff that's always fantastic. That's like the best part, is setting all that up. Yeah. And the same with the stretch goals for this campaign. I think we sat one night and talked for a couple hours about different things we wanted to do for the campaign and bouncing all of our ideas around, because I'm really excited, because this isn't this isn't just my project. This is a collaboration project. All of us are part of this, and all of us own this project, which is super important. It was super important to me to make sure that that happened.
They're coming up with all kinds of suggestions. Rubber figurines.
So I don't want to change the subject too much, Wendy, and get off the subject of the Naughty Faeries Steampunk playing cards. But have you let the cat out of the bag? I haven't heard it anyway about what this con's going to involve.
Nope, and I can keep this secret.
Don't tell Steph. You can't.
Don't tell me, 'cause I'll spill it.
Tell Steph.
I'll spill it.
I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good. Hello, Sarah.
Oh, is Sarah in the room?
She is in the house.
Hey, Sarah. Hey,
James.
Smithers.
Kevin,
here.
we're back here, Sarah.
And James is here.
Smithers.
Hey, James.
Hello.
Yeah.
Mini donuts.
Sorry, I didn't get the chance to say hi to everybody who's popping in. I feel bad.
Oh, it's all right. It's all good. They know we mean well. We're just having so much interesting conversation, talking about booby dice and, and mini volleyballs and ping pong balls.
Now, Wendy, did the art book come out really cool? I know
It
we
is so
we're looking at the
fun.
layouts, but how do you see it a lot better than we do? We're looking at on our phone at this little image.
Yeah.
Because Trish loves art. She's all about art. Not
Oh, Trish,
not
you're
the
going to
comic.
love this art book. It
Okay,
is so
good.
cool.
Listen, Jack, I hit up Costco and got like 150 AA batteries. So it's going to be delicious. I'm just going to let you know now, y'all better keep it down. Keep it classy.
Yeah, so in terms of the art book, we're using I'm trying to put together all the work that Steph has done for Naughty Faeries and the work that Carrie has done. So it's not just going to be the card images, these guys. We're adding stuff from Naughty Faeries that's been done previous, that Steph and Carrie Ann have done, that goes with our steampunk theme. And then I was looking at adding some of the stuff from Naughty Faeries book 3 that didn't get into the book and incorporating that too in some little mini sections. So we're finalizing all the images. We're looking at a 20-page art book. So that's super exciting. So if you haven't seen all the stuff that Naughty Faeries has done with Carrie Ann and with Steph for Naughty Faeries, then this will be a really great introduction to that too.
Hey, Ed. Hey, Greg. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Ed. Hey, Greg. Hi, Trudy.
So let me ask, Wendy, I haven't looked at the campaign in a couple of days since you've added the art book. Now, is it going to be a digital only, or is there going to be a printed version available? There is both.
Both are available. So there's a digital. I'm finding more and more people are going with digital. One, because it saves space. People just don't have the space for everything that they want. And also, if it's overseas, a lot of people don't want to deal with the overseas shipping and things. So I always try to have a digital edition in addition to the physical book. And the physical book, I'm going to do the same way we've done Naughty Faeries books. They're on that nice thick cardstock. They're beautiful. My printer's fantastic, and I always make sure that we get our stuff done right. Yay! Thank you so much, Mike.
So, Steph, how does it feel getting messages every day going, hey, Steph, we need another stretch goal?
The worst part is every time she sends me a message like that, like she says, I don't want to make you work anymore. And I'm like, it's a Wendy Kickstarter. Like, I'm not going to not do something original or artwork for it. So she always feels bad asking me to draw something else. Like the bottle opener, we had to do that on the fly. So I had to sit down and draw it and then throw it over to Carrie so she could color it. And Wendy always feels bad asking us to do these things. But I'm like, well, the Kickstarter's kind of gone out of control. We've got to keep up, Like, yeah, it was great to think we were going to make $3,000 and we'd be done with the pieces that I gave to her. But if I've got to keep creating art because this thing is growing, then I'm just going to keep drawing. There's just, there's no, and I feel bad for Carrie having to color all these additional pieces. But that's what we got to do.
Now, Carrie, I got to ask you.
Yes.
Having to color all these new pieces from stuff, has you still been missing lines on them? I mean, I just got to ask.
Of course.
Of course. Of course.
Poor.
That's why I work with her.
There was a few extra lines on this one that I had to take away.
I was going to say, we had bonus
Great,
points.
because I'll be sitting there drawing and Carrie will be coloring like on the couch or something. And she'll go, I need you. And I come in here. She's like, what is this?
It's like a random line going across the
She's
screen.
like,
I'm
what
like,
is this?
this means nothing to me. You know?
Well, guys, I'm very pleased to announce to you real quick. We are now at 195 backers. We are
Oh my
5
God.
backers away from that pin. So thank you guys
Yay.
very much. And we're up to
Thank you.
10,160. So that means $340 away from that stretch goal stuff. You better get your paper warmed up.
Oh, God. And
Thank you for
Sarah,
supporting and
it's up to
backing.
Sarah to get 5 more people. She's the one who wants that pin. It's up to Sarah to get 5 more people to back.
That pin is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
As soon as we get it unlocked, that's when that I have to go order like ASAP, because it's going to out of everything, it's going to take us the longest to get. So I want to make sure we get that done quickly so we can get it in time.
Definitely. So it's a really cool project. I mean, you guys are definitely having fun with it. And it's really cool that this is something you guys have been able to keep secret for so long. Because, I mean, man, Wendy, you're terrible at keeping secrets.
Yeah, I get so excited. I mean, and I'm not a patient person, so to be holding out for so long, I mean, we knew it was coming, but we didn't have to put too many, like, I didn't have to think about it too much until we started really getting like, okay, we are doing this. Give me a date. Let's go. And, you know, I'm so excited because I think now that Steph and Carrie Ann have gotten their feet wet in the Kickstarter world, they are ready to do an art book.
Oh, boy, yeah.
It's in the works.
Well, wait, Leslie, here's a funny story about this. Like, it tossed, like I said, I drawn the 5 cards just because she needed something special for that Kickstarter way back. And I don't know what made me think of playing cards. I think maybe somebody had something out, like, or I saw a piece of artwork on a playing card. So that started the playing card sets. And we just kind of built through. And I only had to do a couple for each Kickstarter. So when she said we were doing the deck and we were going to do the deck this fall, I was like, oh, cool. In the back of my mind, I'm going, cool. I already did all the work I had to do for this thing. And then she said, oh, we need a box for it. And I'm like, okay, I have to draw that. And then she's like, well, we kind of need some stretch goals and we need some add-ons. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I'm drawing more now than I already did the cards. And I'm drawing more now for this Kickstarter. And I thought it was done. I thought it was completely done. I was like, no, not even close.
Aw, thank you.
That's so sweet.
much.
Thank you,
Aw.
Mike and Trish.
I can't see this.
Yeah, I felt really bad. Yay! I've got 2 more gold members. Yeah, the gold member stuff is fantastic. I am super excited that I think the first campaign, I think that we ran it, we had like 8.
Yeah.
And then we jumped up to like 13. And now I think we're up to, I want to say 24. I mean, we've
Nice.
got a lot this time and a lot of first-time backers, which is super exciting because,
Yeah.
you know, I consider Kickstarter kind of like getting a tattoo. Once you get one, it becomes an obsession and you just keep wanting to get more.
And I'm
so I
hoping-
think with Kickstarter, because that's just become like, for me, like my own pull list. Backer number 1's in the house.
Hey, Lewis is here.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be
I'm
the
kinda
first
hoping-
post. Did you know I'm backer number 1?
I do.
I'm kind of hoping that this Kickstarter brings in people who like cards, people who like games, and people who like steampunk into our world of Kickstarters and comics and things like that,
Yeah.
and the indie publishing that's going on. Because, you know, this is a great, you know, if some of these backers follow us or follow our pages or follow Russ, then maybe they're going to see Chuck and Chuck's book or Chuck's Essence House book, or maybe his next Belial, or, you know, the next Jimmy Noble production, or Lewis's stuff. So it's going to be a great way to bring people who weren't following Kickstarter, because I literally have had to answer 3 people through Instagram on how to get through Kickstarter. So 3 people on Instagram were interested in the steampunk cards, had never gone on Kickstarter before, and I had to do that long explanation of how you get on, pledge, and then like a couple of days later, they're asking me the stretch goals. Do I have to back those? And I'm like, no, that's free. So we're bringing new people into Kickstarter as well as into maybe indie comics, and that's going to be cool because these are going to be people who are going to be hanging out with us in the chats and everything else any day now.
Yeah, we have I want to say 25 first-time backers.
Nice.
Which is fantastic. So as much as you've been bringing people in and walking them through the process, I've been too. Last night, while I was on Unscripted on Phil's show, I had people who were messaging me about the stretch goals, messaging me about how to do everything, and it was really cute. They were darling.
Yeah, and going back to the thing about Instagram, I kind of dabbled in Instagram when I was posting my project up on Instagram, I guess 2 days ago. And like all of a sudden I have like over 100 followers, and I'm like, and there's people messaging me, and apparently since I don't ever use Instagram, they have merged Instagram and Facebook messaging together.
Yes.
So like I start getting messages from random people. I'm like, who is this? And it's like, oh, it's from Instagram. And I was like, hey, maybe I should start sharing stuff to here now too.
Yeah, that's why your messenger icon went from being pink to a pinkish purplish, because Messenger is merged between Facebook and Instagram. So they took the pink from Instagram and the blue from Facebook, and they combined it into a purplish rainbow.
Hey, Tom.
I'm very
Tom's here.
I was so excited. Tom messaged me today, and I was like, "You are gold."
No, Wilson is not a backer.
It's Wilson the kid.
The backer. Wilson absolutely could be a backer.
Absolutely could be.
Yeah.
And so, Steph, you were no stranger to doing cards before, because you did the card grinder card sets before this. So this was something that you're like, yeah, I could definitely knock this out, and then now you're just overloaded. You're like, oh man, we've added all these stretch goals.
Right. With Card Grinder, what was nice with Card Grinder was I did the art for that series of art for the Pandora's Box expansion set, and I had to do 16. I think it was 16.
Something like
16 works of art, which was crazy, and it was like, oh my god. But what was cool was when it was done, it was done. And then the guy who, the game designer, was going through my Instagram, and he's like, there's a lot of great images I could use. And what was really cool was I authorized him to take any images out of there, share them with me, and I would make sure if it wasn't something specific to a publisher, he could use it. Well, I didn't realize how many he used, and then when he sent me the card deck, all these spells had little pictures from my artwork. It was like really cool. Like you get like a spell card, like a potion card, but there's one of my artworks on it, So it was really kind of cool, but I didn't have to, once I did those images, I was done. And it was months before the game set came out and everything. With Wendy, it's just like every 5 minutes, like my phone dings, I'm like, oh God, I got to create a new sketch.
So we got a question. Danny's asking, what is the art book?
So, Danny, the art book is not only the images of the card deck. So you've got like the back of the card and then all the cards that are here. We're adding in images from Naughty Faeries 3 and 4 that were part of the steampunk world. Because with Naughty Faeries, the fairies are traveling, they're time travelers, and they are in different environments. And the steampunk world is where we're focusing on. And the comic-sized add-on, are you talking about the metal prints and the cards? Because I've got prints. The prints are the jokers or the wild cards from the deck. Those are comic-sized. And then they're also the regular prints. So we've got the wild card prints, and then we've got the wild card medals, and those are all comic size, and those are included in the big package. So you get 4 of the wild cards in metal, and they're going to be I'm so excited.
And then you got
the
4
nice thing about the art book is that some of the they're small. Playing cards are smaller, so the art book will give you a chance to see the full image at the comic size that it was. Kind of like the prints. If he wants to take a look, Dan, if you want to take a look. If you look at the print, that'll be the size in the art book. So you'll be able to see the playing cards in a larger format if you don't have the prints.
Yeah,
And it's
the
fileable.
book is comic sized. It's a full comic sized book. So I'm sorry, I guess I didn't explain that well.
You know, Wendy, that's a thought. You could always, as a stretch goal, expand the size of the art book, maybe.
Then we have to worry about shipping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep everything pretty universal. I can't tell you where they travel because that's a spoiler.
Oh, yeah, that would be a spoiler. I know.
You told Dan?
She had to, so I could do the covers.
He had to do the cover. Wait till you guys see that. Oh my God, it turned out amazing.
That was fun.
So amazing. Carrie's colors are fantastic.
Holy heck.
Love that one.
Oh, God, yeah.
Definitely, Mike. That sounds awesome.
You have no idea what's coming. It is hot, hot, hot.
Oh, so it's hot, hot, hot. So it's Naughty Fairies Stripper Assassins Go to Hell? I mean,
Hot, hot, hot. No, we're not on a Belial kick.
Yeah, they're crossing over with Belial.
Crossing
That
over
would
with
be a
Belial.
crossover.
Oh gosh, Link's gonna defile all the fairies. Great.
Well, they're naughty, so it's okay. They've been defiled before.
So Carrie, how do you feel about all this stuff? Just like shooting over all these card images, and he's like, "Hey, Carrie, I need you to color this. I need you to color this."
Color this.
I love doing it. I love coloring the characters. So, and I love being part of this whole adventure, for lack of a better word. It's just been so much fun. And, stuff's real easy to, yeah, okay, do this, and, or I need this or whatever. And, Wendy's so open, and everybody, it's a nice collaboration. So, no, I love doing it. So,
The funny thing is, like, I love Kickstarters, how they function and the data. And Wendy was able to hook me up and share with me from the Kickstarter site all the background data, like the dashboard and how to sort it and everything else like that. And Carrie gets all the information and puts it on her iPad because it's a bigger screen, easier to review. And the first thing Carrie does is go through and read the backers to me, every single one of them, because she gets so excited about the people. Like, I was like, oh, we're going to get Kickstarter data. We're going to get numbers. We're going to get... No, Carrie's just reading me the backers because she was just so happy to see name after name after name that we know. And so that's the fun part of it. I can see the excitement of Kickstarter. Like, I don't know how people do 30-day Kickstarters because it would drive me up a wall to like worry about it every day or look every day. But the fun of it is seeing the names pop up and being able to look at the Kickstarter and see, oh, look who just backed. It's like so cool because we know these people.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. And you know what? Steph Pool may have to make an appearance, and back it, and get that gold member card.
Yes, I think Steph Pool should.
And you know what? Steph Pool Universe is getting kind of lonely. I think we're gonna have to do a drawing. We're gonna have to figure out a super cool name and do like Carrie as like Domino with Steph Pool. I gotta figure this out. We'll see about Thursday.
You just keep worrying about the booty dice. That'll keep you busy.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I still need Naughty Fairies
Yeah,
Stripper Set.
you can get books 1 through 4 on my Etsy page, which is it's just Naughty Fairies on Etsy, and my store will come up, and all books 1 through 4 are there, and the art book and the swimsuit edition. So those are available, plus the T-shirts. I have Demon Phil's shirt, and then the Naughty Fairy. I don't know if you guys can see my shirt.
Yeah, and Mike, most of those you can get books. I think you can get books 1 through 4. All books 1 through 4 have a version with my cover on them for Trish.
Do
So, right? So
They
you
do.
get 1 through 4, and you could get them all with the cover that I've done with Carrie for Trish. So then you both went out.
I think the only ones that I don't have that you have done was Buku.
Buku?
That one is not on the website, but I do have an artist proof.
Right.
So if you want the artist proof of the Buku comics, you can get it through me, because I don't know if Joe still has any left. I have no idea. You can try him first, and then if he doesn't have one, I have one.
Now, one of my favorite things about this Kickstarter, absolute favorite things about this Kickstarter, is when Carrie was reading through those names, and you see other creators of Kickstarters, and And then like the other day, Chuck just wrote this gorgeous, beautiful piece about Wendy, Carrie, and I, and tagged the Kickstarter and shared it out. Like, this is what Wendy and I talked about over, I guess, about a year ago, or a little over a year ago.
It was over a year, yeah.
When we first started talking, we were talking about how indie comics, you can't be a loner in indie comics. I mean, you could, but we thought the best part about indie comics was, unlike Marvel and DC, which are going to compete, indie comics could work together to become better. Whereas Marvel and DC, they're never going to be able to work together, like actively work together, like share each other's projects and stuff. So we thought, what an awesome thing to be in indie comics and be able to share other people's projects and other people's books, and then enjoy their success. And so what's cool on this Kickstarter is we're seeing that not only in the backers but in the shares. Like, this is what we've always wanted, was like every indie comic publisher and people like you, Russell, all working together and talking about each other's projects and stuff like that. Or like Mike dropping links for different projects and stuff like that. It's just fun.
I have always tried to do the cross promoting. And unfortunately, because when we dropped this campaign, we haven't really been able to do any of that except through the shares and through the cross creator support. And that has been just as awesome. Like you said, I cried when I read Chuck's post. I was
right?
Just,
wasn't it so
oh
sweet?
my God, that was so awesome. You know, this is just such an amazing.
Isn't Michael's mom?
Aw.
I
Yeah.
just
Aw.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
No, and I think what's great about this is, like, for
Thank
Russell's
you, Tom.
Kickstarter, I want Chuck to interview Russell for his Kickstarter. Like, the same way Russell's sitting there, I mean, if I could get a camel cap to Chuck, I would get it to him and ask Chuck to sit in front of a door and, like, play Russell. But that's the whole fun of it, is like, here's Russell, who's just about to launch a Kickstarter, right? Chuck, who just finished one, has one going on. Like, people who have Kickstarters and you would think would be trying to drum up support for their own projects are actively working to get support for other people's projects while they have projects going on. And I think that's just amazing, because that's what it's about. It's really about the friendships and the support of each other. And, you know, the backers will come if you create an environment that's fun, engaging, and, you know, everybody's having a great time.
Well, and you know, that's what's going to be the fun about doing the art book for my campaign. So everybody, and I've heard mixed feelings about it. You know, when I talked about doing an art book, I had questions of why would you do an art book if the art's going to be in the book? And there's a lot of several good reasons behind it. So for one, everybody's going to get the preliminary sketches. Everybody's going to get the preliminary art and stuff like that. But it was my goal to not just say, oh, here's a piece by Steph Wilson. There's going to be a picture of Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann. And it's going to say, you know, here's Steph and Carrie. You know, Steph does artwork for Naughty Faeries, Strippers, Assassins. It's going to say a little bit about you. It's not going to, you know, it's going to just be, oh, here's Steph Wilson's piece. I want the people that are actively engaging, because, of course, mine's a book. It's not a comic book. Mine's more of a hybrid because, you know, this is his origin story. And it's going to continue on later on in the comic book series. But I wanted the art book to not just show off the awesome work that you guys put forth, but to actually tell people who you are. Because that's what my show is all about. It's about finding inspiration and finding out about the artists and the people that we support, who they are as a person. Right. And so I want people, when they get the book, to go, oh, that's cool. Wendy does Naughty Faeries Stripper Assassins. What's that? Let me go check it out. Or, hey, David Harrigan does Lady Death covers. Let me go check that out. Or, you know, so on and so forth. And see each artist and some of the projects that they work on, instead of, oh, that's cool, they did a great piece of art. I want them to know them, a little bit about them and what projects they work on, and help support you guys and try to bring more backers to your projects.
That's what I love about this stuff. That's what I absolutely love about this. You know, about Kickstarters or just comics in general. I mean, you know, everybody's got like bucket lists about like what comics they want to work on and stuff. If your bucket list does not include just working in indie comics, you're missing, because it's not about the comics. It's about the friendships that you're making. And so whether it's playing cards or whether it's comics or whether it's a novel, it doesn't matter the project. It's just fun to be working with and sharing in these people's projects.
the best part is about comics is the relationships that we build.
Totally.
I just, the support that people who have no clue who we are willing to support a project and put their trust and their everything into it, and then us being able to deliver something that they truly love, and then being able to communicate. I mean, that's one thing, and I think everybody has said this that I've seen recently, is that COVID has brought us more together and more tightly, and the relationships and friendships that we've built. Like, I was able to hang out with Trish and Mike last night on Unscripted. I never would have done that if we hadn't had COVID. There's no way. I wouldn't have been able to meet Steph and Carrie and talk the way we have. I mean, we've done our projects, but I think COVID has allowed us to open that up and have these conversations that we couldn't do in January.
Right.
I mean, when I did my Naughty Fairy Con, we did not have StreamYard available to us in this capacity, and did not even think that was something we can do. And now we're all StreamYarding and we're all talking, and
Yep.
I get to hang out with Carrie and stuff doing video chat once a week, and that is just like the bestest thing ever. It brightens my week. Being able to hang out with you, it's fantastic. Having Christina come over, and we're in the same house doing video calls from 2 different rooms. I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I want ice cream.
And I think when this is when COVID is over, and we are able to go to cons again, I think what we've been doing in the indie community is going to stick around. Because the thing is, I may not be able to get to the West Coast next year for a con, or the year after maybe. So this allows what we're doing here, like what we're doing with Russell and stuff, allows us to chat with directly and talk with directly and see people directly that can't make it to a con anyway. So I'm hoping that this community that we've built, this indie community that we've built, will keep going. I mean, it'll only support us more in the con. Lewis, I don't make phone calls.
Well, yeah,
he's always trying to call me. He's like, give me a call. I'm like, I don't make phone calls.
Well, and that's the great thing.
He doesn't talk to me either.
I don't talk to her on the phone. I don't talk to anybody on the phone. Phones are for texting.
And, that's what the whole thing is. 3 years ago when I started Art Exposure, I wanted to do this. I wanted to I watched all you guys at the cons. I would come up and see you guys, not you guys in general, but the artists work at the table. And, I was like, they were just sitting there and people were walking by, not paying any attention to them. And it's like, there's a lot of people like me that enjoy seeing art, seeing the process, and seeing, the preliminaries. It's like, I don't like just seeing the art, oh, check out this cover I did. I'm like, okay, well, where did you start at? What did the rough sketches look like? What did the preliminaries look like? Like, how did you put it together? Like, how many times did you change it before you got to your final result? Right. And so I started Art Exposure to, to help show off people's artwork and stuff. And it was really hard to get artists to do it. They're just like, oh, I'm busy. I got cons. And, they didn't think online was really going to get a presence for them. And it's like, so then COVID struck. And as bad as it is, it's like, it really forced them to be like, okay, what do I do now? And it's like, I'm here. I've been trying to do this for like 3 years. Come get on with me and talk about your stuff.
Like, hello.
Yeah, and I love it. I love sitting down and talking to you guys. When I go to cons, if there's nobody standing at a table, I'll go over and I'll talk to an artist for like an hour and a half. Sometimes, they like start mean mugging me when I walk up. I'm like, whoa, dude, I'm just admiring your art. I'm like, I'll go away. Like
Bill McKay did his first interview show with Phil the other night, and I was chatting with him afterwards. He's the kind of guy who wants to sit at a con table, right, and meet fans one-on-one. And he's very good that way. I mean, I had the most amazing time meeting him the first time. But he was nervous about doing video because you can't gauge the person's reaction that's across from you, So a lot of artists not crazy about doing the video medium, but he actually had fun. He was nervous, but he had fun. And hopefully we can get a couple more artists that maybe are hesitant to do these things to come on, because I kept telling them over and over again, people just want to see your face. They're so used to seeing you at a con. Like every con they go to, Bill McKay's there. And now it's been 9 months since they've seen you. You can't do bad. You just come on and people are going to love it. And he was like so nervous about it, but it was exactly that. People were so excited to see him. So hopefully what we're doing, like you said, Russell, you've been plugging at it for a while, but hopefully some other artists realize it's okay. You don't have to be professional to be on video. You just have to have fun. Who's he pointing at? Oh, Ed? Yes. Like Ed.
2 years. 2 years of pestering it took me to get this guy live. And it was really fun to get him to see him doing the inking of the Joker cover. And everybody else enjoyed it too. And that's what I want to do. I want to get these guys that, out of their skin, out of the ordinary, get on there and see how many people actually support this stuff and love this stuff. Because I do. I love seeing it.
Russell, look at your show or look at my show when I do my live show on Thursdays. It's a train wreck half the time. But nobody cares. It's not why they're there. They're not there for some professionally broadcast, newsworthy kind of show. They're just there to see you and talk to you. So it doesn't matter, it's just have fun. Go on, be live, have a good time.
And that's what it's all about. Everybody comes here for the train wreck. I mean, because they know that's what it is.
Yep.
And you know what? Ed's artwork, we're just going to put it out there. 5 exploding blue balls.
There it is.
Oh. Since Christina's here, I had to drag it out. I had to find
wait a minute. Okay. I'm looking forward to your book, Russell. One of the reasons I'm most looking forward to your book, because I've read some preliminaries, is the character Harry Sachs last night. I'm looking forward to your book because you're so freaking creative. When you cut loose, man, you're hysterical. So I can't wait to see that translate into a novel. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thinking, obviously in a more serious tone. But I was just like, when you came on and I looked at your name, I went, oh God, he went there. Like he's hysterical. Like who thinks of these things?
Well, and that's the thing, I try to find a happy medium because that's just me. I'm always creative all the time. And I'm like, this is freaking hilarious. I'm like, oh man, but if I had a PR department, they would be like, all right, come into HR, Russ.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
And so Heather, how that came about was Heather was talking to me and she was like, oh yeah, so I was thinking about getting with a couple of people, to do book reviews. And I'm like, why didn't you ask me? She's like, oh, well, you're really busy. I'm like, no, let's do it. I'm like, let's do blue ball reviews. I'll be the host, Harry Sachs. I'm like, and so she's like, yeah, that would be fun. I think that's hilarious. And like 20 minutes later, there it was on StreamYard, me doing the book review of Belial for, Harry Sachs. And I was like, I'm wearing the wig because it's Harry Sachs. And it's just, that's me. I like to have fun and be serious because everybody wants to come and hear what a book's about, but they don't want to see this. Well, I read the book and this is what I took from it. They want to be like, oh yeah, this book's badass. I give it 5 exploding blue balls. Exactly. You never know what the host is going to say next or what's going to happen. Yep. You never know when you're going to have Chuck pin out, just chugging a freaking tall boy spicy beer and almost up Chuck on live shows. I mean, it gets crazy.
Off the wig and your hat was on your head.
On his head. Lost it. Right. You begin to think the hat is permanently attached. Right. Yeah, he took the wig off and I'm like, how's the hat underneath?
Well, the funny story behind that is so the wig is so heavy and it's got a piece of foam in the top that keeps it from like drooping.
Right.
And like the foam, it sits right here on my head and I can't stand it. And so I put a hat on with it the first time I wore it when I went live with Evanette because I told her we were going to be twinsies. So I was like, I'm going to rock a fro while we're live together. That was the first time that I wore it. And I was like, it was probably 5 minutes before the show. I'd had it on for 10 minutes. First of all, it was hurting my head. Second of all, my head was on like roasting. Right. I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot in here. And like, you wouldn't think it, but having a hat on in between it totally offsets the heat problem.
Right.
So that's why the hat's there. It's not permanently attached. See, look,
right.
I haven't had a haircut since March. This is COVID cuts. This is Dad has barbershop. My kids have been visiting it regularly too. We just, with him having the heart issue, we're really close to possibly having to have a cardiac cath. We don't want to like do anything to risk him. Plus, with COVID attacking the kidneys, are pertinent to your heart. We try to minimize everything. So I've been wearing the hat constantly just because my hair looks terrible. Because I just, go downstairs with the clippers. I'm like, take a little off. All right, cool. It's short enough.
That's good.
We're good to go.
Short enough.
So yeah, the kids have come to love it. Roderick's hair will start getting a little long, and he doesn't like it. He's like, "Mama, I need to go to Dad's barbershop." I'm like, "Come on in." And it's great because he does better than he does at the haircutting place. It's really funny. He's like, "I don't want to go get my hair cut anywhere else, Mom." So let's see. We're going to go through the comments. I missed a whole bunch. Is in a nice tight.
They're talking to each other like they.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Don't look into the comments, right?
Don't look directly in the comments.
They're hilarious, but they're talking to each other. They don't need us.
Yeah, I mean,
so Steph, somebody mentioned, I think it was last night when we were on the show on something. They were like, "Oh, is Steph doing sketch cards to put into decks to surprise people?"
Ed brought that up last night.
And I see now Ed saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, the issue would be I don't have sketch card stock. I generally, and here comes the laughter, I generally don't draw things that small. So
they're not normal size.
Yeah, I was going to say, or as Wendy puts it,
I don't think my template goes that small because sketch cards are like, what, 2.5 by 3 or something like that? Really bizarre.
Yeah.
And it's just, to draw that small, you'd end up getting, oh boy, here come more laughs, a bust, from, I feel like I'm getting set up here. You pretty much get from the waist up, and even that is small. So I don't generally do them, I know there are sketch card artists out there. I won't rule it out as being something, as we hit these higher numbers, being some sort of a bonus or whatever kind of,
But I don't want you to do more work.
Yeah. Well, no, and
It's
I'm
okay.
probably going to have
Let him work.
You're like, I'm not coloring.
Exactly, Sarah. We don't want to draw the booty or the boobs smaller. No.
No. See, we get them and we're like, enhance.
Right. I might have to draw a full sketch and cut it into a series of 9 sketch cards. Then I randomly insert them into 9 random decks.
And they all have to come together.
Figure out who got one of the 9 pieces.
What body part you got?
To piece it together like a puzzle.
That would be a lot of fun.
I know. Did we cut out on sound?
No, we're still here.
Okay, good.
No, it just got quiet. We were reading the comments. It's getting wild in there as usual.
Yeah, I can
Craziness.
see it. Oh, boy.
So yeah, no, and going back to the whole creative thing. So I've come up with some really creative stuff. So the other day I posted the mac and cheese box. I was cracking up. It was 4:00 in the morning.
Right.
I'm at work and I'm loading the truck. I'm waiting for the oil to finish loading because it's cold, so it's flowing like freaking molasses. And I'm like, I'm just like, what am I going to post today? I was like, craft. I was thinking spacecraft mac and cheese. I was like, no, we'll just make it craft mac and cheese. And I'm like, what if we did like space shapes mac and cheese? So I was like, that's hilarious. So I was just giggling like a little schoolgirl making that post. And I sent it over to you guys because I'm like, do you think this is stupid? And I didn't hear back because I knew it was early. I was like, I figured they wouldn't answer. So I was like, whatever. I just posted it everywhere. I just plastered it everywhere.
Dude, you know what the rule is when you're creating those things? Like all the Chuck memes I did during Belial. If I'm creating it and I'm laughing, you're gonna see it. I'm posting it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's making me die laughing, I'm posting it.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah. Yeah, everybody's gonna want the boobs or the booty card. That's why we can't do that.
Well, you'd have to do like this much, like you'd have to do like under boob and then an arm, and then on this side under boob and then an elbow or whatever.
Oh So let's see here. I'm going to pop this link in here one more time for you guys. I don't want to keep Steph and Carrie up. They are got some
It's
house hunting to do.
bedtime.
Yeah.
And I know. I hope you feel better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about your
Just
migraine.
appeared out of nowhere, of course.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
It's funny. The other night, Carrie was coloring the bottle opener. When she was coloring last night when she was coloring the bottle opener, and Wendy's messaging her, and it's like 10 something here, 11 something. Carrie's ready for bed, and it's like the phone ding ding, and Carrie even said, she goes, yeah, because it's like 3 o'clock out there. I was like, yeah, tell me about it.
Well, see, it's really funny for me because I start at 4 o'clock in the morning at work normally. So, like, by the time I leave out of there, it's like 6 or 7. So I know it's like 8 or 9 there. So you guys are up.
Right.
But, like, I always go, I'm like, oh, I need to text something to Wendy. And I'll go to message her on Facebook. And I'm like, wait a minute. See, it's 8 o'clock here. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning there.
Yep.
I'm like, I'll wait to message
No, just
her.
send it.
And then it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't message Wendy back.
Yep.
I messaged Wendy at 6 o'clock in the morning my time, and I swear she gets right back to me. I don't think she sleeps as much as Stefan sleeps.
Yeah, because she would be messaging me. Wendy would be messaging me at 3 a.m. and expecting a response and typing Bueller. I'm like, it's freaking 3 a.m. here. So then Russell, I'm not gonna lie. One of the nights when Wendy was like texting me to like 2 a.m. and I was having to reply. When I got up at 6 that morning, I made sure to send her a message. A couple of them in a row. I'm just like, because to answer her questions, like, hint, we're awake here on the East Coast now. How about you?
And usually I respond pretty quickly.
I know.
She is. She's always awake.
Whoa.
I don't sleep.
Well, I sleep enough for both of you guys usually. So.
And it's so funny because she'll message me and she'll be like, what do you think Carrie thinks? And I'm like, it's 12 p.m. It's 12 midnight. Carrie's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hint.
So there is the link for Naughty Faeries Steampunk playing cards.
You, Tom.
Carrie needs sleep.
Guys, I am excited to announce that we hit 195 backers. We are now at $10,200.
Oh,
somebody
my
added
God.
on something, so
Oh my God.
Thank
we
you
are
guys.
$300 away from making Steph's life harder. Let's make it happen. Go to that link, add some more stuff on there.
Wendy, this is gonna be like this. If we have to make it till Thursday, this is gonna be like 6 more stretch goals or something.
At least.
You mean 16, right?
God.
Hold on, I'm gonna broadcast this to the International Space Station. I'm sure we can have some backers on there. They don't have anything else better to do but play cards.
Right.
Do you know how much shipping is gonna be for that? So
Yeah, to the space station. We have to wait for SpaceX to launch again. One of the problems is, and one of the things is, we don't want to do just random stuff. Like, there's all these great stretch goals out there, like bookmarks and things like that. But we don't want to do that because it's not related to what we're doing. Like we were trying to focus on cards and we're running out of ideas. And we're like, well, people drink when they play cards. So that gave us the coasters and some other options. But, like, we don't want to do a bookmark. Nobody reads a book while they're playing cards. So all these great stretch goals that other Kickstarters use, we can't even use. We're just like, well, it doesn't really hit the theme. So it's getting tough.
Yeah, I bet it's good.
Feel free to message us and let us know your thoughts.
Yes.
Booby dice. Baby
You have
dice.
you have a great idea other than booby dice for a stretch goal, send it in. We need to hear it.
Hey, you know
it's
what?
got to be something that can be produced in time for Christmas. That's the big problem.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what
That's
Russell
hard.
Sports Studios has to say about booby dice? 5 exploding
No.
blue balls. God,
I
I'm
think
just gonna love just randomly throwing that up. I mean, I
Russell.
can't wait to bring people on that like have never been on here before and be like, I've read their, they send me over a preliminary copy of their book and I read through it, like Joseph's a couple weeks ago, and just be like, yeah, I've looked at the book and Russell Explode Studio gives it, and just like pop up 3 exploding blue balls, 5, just bring it up on the screen. They're gonna be like, what the hell is that?
And you invented that in chat, didn't you? The blue balls.
Yeah.
Exploding Blue Balls was in chat on a live show, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was Christina and Wendy's show.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know, it's got its fans. You got, you know, now Mike loves the exploding blue balls. And you know, then you got Danny D. He loves the exploding blue balls. We actually was giving Steph Forney trouble about Scarlet Huntress Guide to Cryptids and Other Creatures about there being exploding blue balls in there. And there was the wisp, and that was glowing blue ball. So, you know, that became the joke for like 2.5 weeks during their campaign, that every time we got on their live shows, we talked about exploding blue balls. So it's definitely resonated beyond the community. So
Well,
I just have to include it.
And Russ Explode Studios has the advantage of not having a solid HR department.
Yeah, it doesn't. You know,
to oversee
they're
some-
buried out back. This is Missouri, you know.
Yeah.
All right. We are gonna let everybody get going, because I
Yep.
know both Carrie and Steph have had a long day. And I hope you feel better, sweetie. We'll talk later.
Thank you.
Not
Thank
tonight.
you.
I won't message you tonight.
My phone will go off tonight. It's okay. So,
Thank you, everybody, for joining.
yes, thank you. It was so
Thank you
nice.
for watching, and thank you for supporting the Naughty
And I'm
Faeries.
so excited we went over 10 grand on the show.
Me too. So definitely, guys, bring your friends. Thanks for being here. Steph, Carrie, have a great night. I hope you get to feeling better, Carrie.
Thank
Have a
you.
good
night,
It was
everyone.
nice seeing you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So definitely awesome. Thanks for being on tonight, Wendy. I'm so excited for your project. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be
Thanks for
great.
having me. And I'm super excited because I will be with you on Tuesday night for the big launch.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. I got some fun stuff put together for you guys. It's going to be great. I can't wait to have Wendy on. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about the book. I know we've talked briefly about it. And then also, guys, I will have Katrina Rowitz on, my editor of the book. I haven't honestly heard what she has had to say about the book. It was good. It definitely has twists and turns in it, and I can't wait to see what happens next. That was like the briefest synopsis I've ever gotten. But she's like, "Oh, you know, if you're gonna launch your book, you ought to have your editor on to come in and talk about it." I'm like, "All right, cool. We can talk about what you had to say about it." So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we will be live Tuesday. 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Guys, please share that video when we go live. Share it out to the world. Let's bring in as many people as we can. Bring your friends. Tell everyone about it. I'm so excited to bring you a 10-year labor of love. This has been something I've wanted to do for a long time. I haven't been able to do it due to extenuating circumstances that have happened in our family. And this is my year. We're going to take the worst of 2020 and we're going to make the best of it. Just like Naughty Faeries Steampunk playing cards. If we go on lockdown again, just think of it. You'll have sweet ass playing cards to be able to use to play cards while you're at home doing nothing.
That's right.
I mean, I can't wait to play solitaire with them. No, I'm just kidding. So definitely, guys, join us Tuesday night. For those of you watching this back, go check out Naughty Faeries, Stripper Assassins. Steampunk playing cards. I keep trying to say Stripper Assassins.
Well, that's a book, so I get that. No worries.
Well, I've only shared it like 100 bajillion times, so it's ingrained in my brain. So there is the link, everyone. Everyone that's watching this back, check it out. Be there next year. Beginning of the year, look for Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassins Con number 2.0 with guest relations me and Treasurer Joshua Main. Yes. And we're going to have a lot of fun.
It's going to be a blast.
I think we're going to finally have to put that the Toddler Fight Club video. I think it's going to finally make its debut.
Yes, it will, and I can't wait.
Thanks for being on, Wendy. Have a great night.
Thanks for having me. Night, guys. Bye, everybody.
Enjoy your ice cream.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for being here tonight. We had a great show. A lot of fun. Thanks for going and backing the project. Thanks for sharing the video out. Let's get as much love as we can. This project is running until Thursday. Let's make Steph sweat. Pump out those stretch goals. Let's give them something to think about. I want him to be sweating on Thursday when he gets on and does his live show. He's just going to be just like completely worn out and not know what to do because we've pushed him so hard with all these stretch goals. It's going to be hilarious. I'm going to love it. So thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for sharing. Check out the project. Share it with your friends. Let's show some love. Also, Ursa Minor ends tonight. If it hasn't already ended, I don't think it has. There's very little time left on it. If you haven't seen it, you haven't heard of it, somebody throw the link in here for Tom Hutchison's Ursa Minor. It is the final issue in Volume 2. All the back issues are available in one of the tiers, so if you've never read it, you can get caught up. Thanks, everyone, for being here tonight. I hope to see you Tuesday to send my project off on its maiden voyage, and let's shout it out to the ethers. Once again, this is Russ Explode Studios, Books with Heart, projects that'll blow your mind. You all have a great night and a great week. I love you. I'll see you Tuesday.